Hello, my name's Euphemia, aka Sugar, and I'm here tonight with.
I am Beverly. I'm UK Fluffy Chick, and we are both the founders, Sis-Stars of Support a Sis-Star Network. And with us today, we have a Sis-Star all the way from South Africa, my beautiful cousin, Wumba Kapo. Hi, Wumba.
Hi, greetings to you and Yasmin and
Hello, Wumba.
the family out there.
Hello, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, Wumba, introduce yourself to the
Yes.
Sis-Star community. Tell us, who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yes, like they said, my name is Wumba Kapo, and family member to my cousin Beverly there. And I've been living in South Africa for the last 19 years, coming up 20 years. And what we do here, I'm here with my daughters, they grew up here as well. I'm the managing director of a company called Akapo Jewels, Pty company, which is also an accredited body involved in skills development training in the mineral sector. And I'm also the project director of a program called Dibenya Platinum Project.
Okay.
And I'm also the chairperson for the Jamaica Diaspora for Southern and Eastern Africa.
Wonderful. Wow, because of that.
Oh my goodness, so much going on.
There's so many cats on her head.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So,
tell the community a little bit about how you got on that pathway to being, all these caps, of Akapo jewelry and all of that. How did your journey get to that?
Okay. It started when I met my husband, because he's a jeweler, goldsmith from in London. And I knew people within the industry already from London. And then, being in England, I always knew that I was going to leave there. And I knew there had to be something better, more opportunities. And so my love for Africa was there before I even got here. So, I decided that I didn't want to work for any institutions anymore. And, my husband was cool with that. And when I started to travel around Africa, we looked in different countries, but we ended up in South Africa. And that's where everything kind of started for me, where, working for myself, we opened a company here called Akapo Jewels. We opened that from 2002, and it's grown since then. But the company, what we're about is manufacturing jewelry using your platinum, your gold, your diamonds, and your precious stones, like your colored stones. But we went further with that and got involved with the skill side of it as well. So we actually teach it. So we're an accredited body doing that and ISO certified. So when students come to us, we train them for a few years and then we certify them here. So it all started in that way. I was always that kind of a leader, being the oldest one in the family and taking care of everyone. So I think I just grew into it. It was just already within me.
Okay. So how did you get that idea to go into the skills development? Because you guys are just the manufacturers. So what sparked, let's train people. What brought up that idea?
Well, we were invited, especially my husband, to have a look at the industry this side. And when we got here, we noticed that we couldn't find a lot of our own people with certain type of skills in terms of manufacturing using the metals. And we were wondering why was that? because many years ago, we knew South Africans that had come to London for various reasons. They were running away from doing national service. These are white South Africans. And when they came to London, they were able to come into the workshops where Labby was working and can get on with manufacturing. But years later, when we came to South Africa, we couldn't see those skills. And what we realized is when the changes were happening in South Africa, basically, they lowered the skills set as well. There is different reasons for that. Either maybe they couldn't teach it properly, or there are their own agendas around that. Because remember, it's changing from the white hands to the black hands. And so with government wanting to assist the youth to come into this specialist area, they're administrators. So obviously they spoke to those who they believe knew the skill of manufacturing. But when we came here, we can clearly see it was deliberately lowered. And so there was a lot of those challenges, and yeah, lots of things took place because of those challenges. And they didn't think there was, you know, Black people like ourselves with the knowledge and the experience that we have is going to come along and want to be part of making a difference in Africa.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You tumbled the apple cart, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, yes. Yeah, we traveled. I mean, we did go to West African countries, and we did do a bit of having a little experience, because we also wanted to know how the metals come from the mine. So when we were in Ghana for some time, we done small scale mining. So we lived in the rural areas just to get that experience as well, because we always wonder, well, we always see everyone else coming into Africa and drawing out the materials. So we really wanted to know the whole value chain. So remember, we're at the end of the value chain, meaning we're now, when the metal's there, we're manufacturing with it. So we wanted to know how it comes out of the mines as well. So yeah, and then
So you got the full picture.
South Africa. Yes.
No, man, that's good, isn't it? Because it's nice to know, like, I mean, it's nowhere near on the same league, but the same in some kind of comparison in terms of like when people are manufacturing with garments and stuff, the source of it, you know, how to make the actual the weaving of fabric, source the materials to do the weaving with and all that. So it's nice when you're in that industry and you can slot yourself into any part of it because you know the full chain of it. And I'm sure that learning all of that must have been quite exciting times for you, as well as like you had your challenges, like you said, but I'm sure each challenge must have been exciting.
What we really saw was a lot of opportunities coming into Africa that I believe that those opportunities wasn't there in Europe or England in the same way for us. Because once you get to a certain level in your field of industry, you're just going from left to right.
Yeah,
they don't give you the opportunity.
What they say, you hit the glass ceiling. They say you hit the glass ceiling. That's as far as you can see where you want to go, but you're not going to get there. Yeah, because of all the other political stuff that's going on around. Okay, so all right, so we know how you got to where you are. When you did your introduction, you actually gave us a snippet of all the different things that you're doing. But what would you say is your main goal? What would you say is your main goal?
I would say my main goal is to be successful here and to also show Black people what you can really do when you believe in yourself and you don't have fear in terms of going forward. Because remember, in the world out there, there's so many obstacles against us. And even though obstacles are there and challenges are there. Anywhere you go in the world, they will be there. But one thing you must understand is not to have the fear. And if you really have that dream and, you know, you want to go forward with whatever your ideas are, your wishes are, then you should do that. And especially for us women, I'm a supporter of women going forward, because too many times, you know, we're always being said to stay back. And in my industry, jewelry are made for women. So I'm really a supporter.
There'd be more women in it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and funny enough, behind the scenes, there is, because in the industry, it's really made up around the world of small businesses, not just your big companies like your Cartier and that. It's really made up of small business. And there's a trust and security that has to go with that. So it's also kind of family orientated as well. Yeah, and women do great in that business and, you know, marketing, etc.
So in your classes, like, is your classes, where do you source the students from? It's just students that have an interest in jewelry, or you go and target people and say, would you like to come and learn jewelry?
Well, there's a couple of ways. There is students that have trained to do jewelry. There's different programs that happen. For instance, what I liked about South Africa, because the government really has opened up this specialist area for other Black people in particular to get involved in. And so they've created this thing of learnerships. So what the learnerships do is they pay for your fare money and that for you to sign up with a company to come and learn about jewelry manufacturing. And then you have the universities here that people are doing diplomas and masters, but it's mostly academic. So they're there for about 4 years and they hardly get the experience at the bench. And at the end of the day, with jewelry, it's all about the manufacturing, what you can do at the bench. So as much as you have this paperwork, that paperwork to say you've got a degree and that, in the industry, they're going to say, okay, you've got that. Now to show me what you can do at the bench. So they have a program called a Graduate Development Program, where once they've finished university, then they can identify a service provider, company like ours, because we're not the only one, that they can come to for 2 years experience of understanding the industry more, the practical side of it. And the government actually pays them to come on board, which is really great. And it's kind of rare. Yeah. And they actually pay them every month for 2 years.
Okay.
So basically, you're developing their vocational side.
Yes.
So, you know, like you said, from an academic point of view, is that like, when you say academic, is that like they've broken it down into, this is where the stuff comes from, this is how it's developed, but is design included in that?
Yeah, exactly. They do design, CAD designs, and they learn about the business side of it. But when it comes to the practical side, that's the side that's missing. And so they have an opportunity to come when they finish with their diplomas or their degrees, because this kind of program, you have to have a diploma and a degree, and then you can come on board for 2 years to learn the practical side of the industry and really to come inside the industry.
But surely you've got people that like are not at that level academically, but artistically hands-on, are very capable of doing it.
Yeah.
So what happens with them?
And you find that, like, what happens as well is you've got engineers that would learn about the engineering academic side from the universities. But what we notice is happening is now when they want to get jobs, they don't have the practical experience. So a lot of them would have their masters or their degrees, but now the difficulty is they need their practical experience. And, hand skills are crucial in any country, anywhere. The hand skills are crucial.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So there's different programs. Even if you're a beginner, you can still come in because you don't have to go to university. They do have what they call the colleges, where you can come straight in and just learn the practical. Yeah, because you have to have that experience for at least 4 to 5 years so that you can actually go for your national or international trade test. And that trade test gives you a certificate to tell everyone in the country and out the country that you are now that goldsmith, which is really a diamond mounter because you're learning to make the mounts for the diamonds and the color stones.
So far, I see like you've also done like a jewelry launch. What was that about?
Yes, what happened was we got together with some partners of ours. What happened some years ago with a royal clan called Bakatla Bakafela, Kosi Pilani, Kosi is for king. They identified us as the company to train 14 of their young people from the villages in the northwest. And we trained them for a couple of years, certified them, but there was always that dream to actually do beneficiation within a mining community because, South Africa supplies 80% of the world's platinum, and they so happen to have that platinum on their land. So, and we're specialists in platinum. So after that training, Corsi came together with us and say, look, let's not wait on government because we were looking for funding to do beneficiation because it's mandated here by government as well. So in the area called Moraleng and Makwasi, we decided to come together. We opened up a company called Dibenya Platinum Project. It means bling, it means us. And then we identified and hired those students to come on board now to be the staff, but they get incentives from the company. And so the next move we done was to open a store in Sandton, which Sandton is a very high-end mall. And usually, you don't see us as Black people in those kind of places. You might see us in a market somewhere here and there, but, we're just showing the world what we can do with Africa's hands, if you want to say, and producing beautiful jewelry with diamonds, tanzanites, rubies, and platinum, because platinum is another discipline. It works different from gold. So you don't always get goldsmiths that know how to work with platinum to create platinum jewelry as well. So we done that really successfully well. And we had celebrities. We had the ambassadors from Jamaica and Guyana and some royal families there at the launch. We're just showing the world what Black hands can do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I might fumble that now. I might fumble.
You don't want to show off now.
I just love all
we must be proud.
Yes,
of
I'm
what
super
we do
proud.
and show the world, because we must also remember, if some of us don't know, we have a history from going back thousands of years with working with our metals and our diamonds and that. Remember, we have all the mines here in Africa, and we didn't wait for others to come along to show us how to use them. There's a history out there that I would say has been hidden of us making beautiful jewelry. And I've seen some of the pieces, which is stunning. And these are people's private collections as well. So, you know, all it is, I'm just bringing back the great professions that we've always.
That's most excellent. Most excellent.
Yeah. So what other, I mean, you guys are doing so much right now anyway, but
it's not what other, because I just want to know, when you said you just want to be successful, what is your definition?
All right, that's what I was coming to.
I know, but you know how you talk around the houses. So let me just cut it down. What is your definition of being successful?
Helping others and being able to be part of something that can be developed to help others, to help people, you know. How would I say? I have a passion I'm a people's person. They call me a global connector here because, I love people, and, you know, I just want to be part of something that when I've passed and gone, it's still existing.
Yeah.
Excellent. Perfect.
All right. So did you have anything else you wanted to say? Because I was also going to say, in terms of where would you like to see Akapo jewelry, other than leaving a legacy, but what else within Akapo jewelry would you like to see in the long term going forward that you're doing?
That's a good question. I would like to see or people to know that Akapo, because the word Akapo means treasurer. And in the time of old, you know, when we were running our countries and governments, that name is really from the Yoruba side of Nigeria. And so at that time, the families would have been the treasurers for the country. So, you know, I would like to see that name, if I can say, everywhere to remind people of who we were, and we're back.
Yes.
Brilliant.
We're back with our vendors. Go around with it.
And another exciting thing that we just done as well is there was the international global pageant taking place, and it came to South Africa, where the 54 countries came here for the pageant to take place, and we had the honor of making the crown.
Yes.
So we made the crown for them. So that was so exciting. I mean, the countries, there was America, the UK, Colombia, India, China, Jamaica was part of it. But the winners were 80, and South Africa was second, and then Zimbabwe was third. So that was really a nice honor to take part of in that, and been asked to make the crown as well. So so that was really.
I'm just so excited for all that you're doing.
Smile is just so bright.
I know, it's making my cheek hurt.
So, you know, but we're humble about it, and wherever we believe that is needed for any kind of development, because all our countries have minerals. Even Jamaica, I've been talking with them in Jamaica. We're always there to assist or consult, because it's not many of us of color that are doing these kind of things. So, you know, maybe that was meant to be our journey.
And with no ulterior motive, because even if you do find someone that's doing it, it's that crab in a barrel mentality behind it. So for the motive to be pure, you know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I find things with pure motive, they grow more because it's serving a wider purpose. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're absolutely hit it on the nail there.
Yeah.
Because these are some of the challenges, you know, people don't come with the right mind and that. So it can slow things down. But we have a motive, or especially myself, that I don't want to be wasting time anymore. Times are changing. You know, the world is becoming smaller, so we're getting to know each other better, and especially for us Black people, of knowing who we really, really are. Once you start knowing this, you'll see the greatness in yourself. And I talk this way. Some people might feel I'm being funny towards others. It's not. It's just that I love myself as a Black woman, so I love my people as Black people. And we do have a great history, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
could you just give us some words that you would use to encourage somebody to come into your industry? I'm calling it your industry.
okay, yeah. Whether you're male or female and you have a passion for designing, because there's different levels of the industry, design. Some might do designing better than the manufacturing, but you still need to identify the manufacturer you want to work with to do your designs. So if you have a passion for that, no matter how small it is, just embrace it. And you're always welcome to contact us for any advice. So I would say, don't fear anything. Don't think, oh, this is not good enough. No, we're all good. We all have something special.
Yeah. Plus, I think with any vocation that's creative based, it's like, because there is no wrong or right. It's like, it's all about your interpretation. So so what you might, and we're such harsh critics of ourselves. So, you know, there's probably someone that's make a nice piece of jewelry, and other people look at it and go, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And they're looking at it like, nah, I could have done this a bit better and do that a bit better. I think it's with any creative thing, the creator always finds a flaw that other people don't
because
see.
we always think we can do better.
Yeah, which is good still, you know, because it's always ways for improving. But yeah, we don't need to be so harsh to ourselves. So anyway,
don't be too hard.
yes. So is there anything that you think that we've left out that you would like to showcase within this discussion here? Anything that you want to add?
I would say, if any beautiful ladies out there, or the men who are getting married, or you know, want to buy something beautiful, patronize Black business. Because remember, as a people, sometimes we think other things outside are better than where we are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Very much so.
The quality is better and things like that. So I would say, please patronize.
Exactly. You have people that just stick to names, and you know, they were a small business before they became a big name. So all right.
Yeah, and it's about local business, and you know, if we can keep those kind of business between ourselves, like other people, you know, the money coming between ourselves, it's not just about helping our company, it helps all of us.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
So
So is there anything you wanted to add, Sugar?
No, you've actually covered it. Thank you very much. You're becoming an expert at this.
Well,
and I think what you ladies are doing are great.
Well,
I mean,
and
you
that
know,
would be a lot coming from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
Really great. So well done, and I hope it grows.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I just get all these snippets of things that I would like to see with this thing, but it's a slow burn. But I believe in my heart of hearts, it's not gonna get there. And everybody that's showcased on this platform, I'm gonna be like, wow, I'm so glad I was there from the beginning. Cause when you see when it blow, I know how I want to blow up with it. Lord, I just hope everybody's ready.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
gosh.
Good. Oh, this is funny. But I think we kind of covered everything. So, Cuz, once again, thank you so much for coming on, sharing.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming. I really, really do.
Yeah. It's just
okay. No.
my cheeks are really hurting me. I can't stop grinning.
And thank you both for asking me to come on. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. So and if like Wumba, you'd like to come and showcase with us what you do, the information is there. Just drop us an email. Don't be shy. And we'll make a booking with you to have a lovely chat with you also. And is that a wrap now, Miss Sugar?
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Definitely.
That's a wrap.
All right.